Hey gang, it's Life Coach Charlie. A part of being a subscriber with me is that, I not only give you weekly life tips, but I want to try to give you some free things that will help enhance your growth along the way. And so I try to just think of things that's going to bring value to your walk and to your faith journey. One of those things that I want to offer you today is just a free little worksheet that I made up that basically I've taken it from something that I use myself. I actually do a lot of journaling in my quiet times, and it helps me to stay focused on what God is teaching me. And I want to teach you a simple method where you can take a scripture that you're reading for the day, whether it's from your devotional, whether it's from reading through the Bible, however you choose to do your quiet times, your time alone with God. You can take that scripture and you can get a lot out of it just by using this simple little acronym, and it goes a little like this. Now, as you can see, I call this little page my SOAR journaling page, S-O-A-R. That acronym stands for something that is going to help me gain the most out of Scripture today. And so here's what it stands for. Let me just show you. S-O-A-R. S is Scripture, O is observation, A is application, and R is response. Now, the Scripture part, what I want to do first is just write down the scripture that I'm reading that day. Write down the verse that I really want to focus on. And then right after I write that, I write down the O, the observation. What God is showing me through this scripture. I'm going to pray and I'm going to say, God, show me something through this scripture today. Speak to my heart. And whatever comes to my heart and mind as I read that, that's what I want to write down for my observation. And then I go to A, application. How am I going to take what I was just shown and apply it to my life? And so that's what the A stands for. And then the R is for response. My prayer to the Lord, my response to God. In light of everything that I just observed and learned and want to apply, what is going to be my prayer to Him about that scripture that I learned today? Now let me just show you real quickly how it can work, okay? I just did a mock-up here, and I did this morning just to show you kind of how it works. Now let's just pretend that I'm doing this and then God reveals something to me in the scripture that I maybe was not enlightened on before. Well, here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to write down the S, okay? The scripture. John 15:5 was the scripture that I chose to do this with. So here it is. Yes, I'm the vine, you're the branches. Those who remain in me, and I in them, will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. Okay, now that verse, wow, what did I observe out of that verse? Okay, Lord, what is it that I need to see in this verse? Well, here's what I needed to see. I wrote it down, okay? It's important that I stay connected to my Lord through my time alone with Him and by treating Him as my companion throughout the day. When I'm getting my daily strength through His Word, and then I'm partnering with Him throughout the day, it's only natural that I bear fruit and make a difference. And that's my goal. I really want to make a difference. And so, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, wow, yeah, if I really want to make a difference today, I not only need to be connected in the mornings, so that I could get fed by what He's teaching me, but I want to stay connected with Him throughout the day and have that partner kind of mentality to where He and I are working together, and I never forget about that companionship that's between me and Him. He never leaves my side, and I just need to be more aware of that. I need to stay more connected to the vine. And so here's how I'm going to apply that today. What am I going to do? I'm going to make my time alone with God a top priority in my life. Then I'm going to purpose myself to be more aware of His companionship throughout the day. And so, let's say I'm looking at this and maybe my quiet times have not been very consistent. Maybe I only read the Bible a couple times a week. You know what? I look at that and I say, you know what, God, I really need to make my time alone with you more of a priority. So that's going to be my action plan right there. And then I'm going to walk out the door throughout the day, and I'm going to have Him on my mind. I want to stay connected with Him so that we can partner together and make a difference. And so I just pray a simple prayer about that particular scripture. Now, this is not like your prayer journal praying for other things. This part is praying how God can help you apply what you just observed and learned. So, Lord, you're the vine, I'm the branch. Help me to stay connected to you today. So many things pull at me, and it's so easy to get wrapped up in the moment and forget about your active presence in my life. So help me to have that partnership mentality today, Lord. Work in me, for me, and through me. Now let's go give them heaven today, Lord. So you see, that little scripture right there was more than just a scripture. I wrote the scripture down. I thought about how I could apply it to my life, and then I asked the Lord to help me apply it. So that little acronym, SOAR, is really a pretty handy little acronym that will help us apply the scripture and make it more meaningful. And that way we got a lot more out of that quiet time. Yep, took a few more minutes than it would have if I just skimmed over it. But you know what? Because I took that effort to do it, I think it's going to stick in my heart a whole lot longer, don't you? Okay, I hope this helps. Just download this, print off as many as you want. When I get a full journal made, I'll tell you about that later on. But for now, just use this, okay? Hope it helps. God bless. We'll see you here, there, or in the air.